fuck you want.
That's okay. You're gonna
find a fucking army. I don't give a fuck.
This make you feel? Huh? You're filming my father and my fucking sister. How does this make you
Is
feel?
that the one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
scratches?
I got scratches. I can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're
I
gonna
don't
get
give a fuck. You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're gonna find
a fucking army. I don't give a
I'm a stalker, so I have pictures of you everywhere you go. And she's asking him, how's it feel if we take a picture of you everywhere you go? You like that? He's just wacky. He didn't even answer right. These guys are not wires in their head don't connect or something. It's like they don't have any idea what you just said. Not a fucking clue. So I'm having to deal with that with Mr. Perry. He keeps, every day for years, he's throwing up names at me. Is it this person? Is it that person? Is it Z? I don't know who the fuck Z is. Z's name actually hasn't come up in even one recording that I've heard. Not one. So I don't know who the hell that even is. He's asked about my family. Is it your kids? Is it your family? I told you to stay the fuck away from my family. Are you calling them and telling them horrible things you're going to do to me? My kids? You don't think that's traumatizing to them? We've been, I guess somebody said, listen, I'm concerned because he is severely psychologically abusing her. Severely. This is traumatizing for her. We had a guy talking about people who are homeless. It's traumatizing to be homeless. Just trying to survive every day. Mr. Perry has threatened since 2020 to starve me until I lie. I'm going to take everything you have. And then he's carried it out. He did take everything I have. Literally took all my clothes, had somebody steal all my clothes, all my makeup, my toothbrush, everything. Family heirlooms, everything, paperwork, every fucking thing I have is gone. And yeah, that traumatizes you. Losing something important to you. I think they have a list of the top 10 things that cause grieving, the same as death. A death in the family, and there's divorce, there's losing your home, losing your car, losing, a key relationship or something. All of that causes major trauma, and people have asked, how does she put...
This make you feel?
How does she put one foot in front of the other? She's traumatized every day, severely. How does she maintain a good grade point average at school during all this, while he's doing all that to her, trying to ruin her? I have had training. That's all I'm going to say. I've had training on how to keep your head straight when you're going through, somebody's torturing you. Somebody's trying to torture, torment, bother, ruin you. So I know how to focus on the next step. I know how to focus on what is going right, what's good, and I have 40 cops that keep me cheered up as much as they possibly can. So that's the one relationship Mr. Perry has not been able to get to. Nobody will tell him even who they are. And the one relationship that's kicking his ass. Mr. Perry, you don't even fit into my crowd. You don't fit into my sandbox. You are creepy, and you're cruel, and you're weirdo, and you're mentally slow, and I can't handle any of that. When I've grown, I grew up in the house of an elected official and the police chief. I worked with federally elected officials all my life. I worked with surgeons most of my life, but for the last 10 years. And I worked in a strip club with some people who didn't even graduate high school. And I've never in my life had to repeat myself so much as I've had to repeat myself for you. You're very slow. I can't stand it. I really and truly can't stand that. I don't understand it. I can't relate to that. I don't want anything to do with it. I didn't sign up for that. I left. I moved twice to get away from you and not have any kind of conflict or drama. I hate drama. Normal people do not like drama. And I understood you paid about $25 million plus for a cover-up you didn't get when you did it to me. When you do your crime to me, you sex exploit women and children. You starve women and children. You ruin people's lives. You're a killer. A cop killer, no less. You're a child pornographer, and you're a sex trafficker, and I know that. I mean, people are getting irritated actually at me having to say, I'll do the disclaimer now, and I'm going to do it while I explain it. Use allegedly. Nobody's been found guilty in a court of law yet. Apply the but-for legal standard. But-for Mr. Perry, you know, bothering me constantly, trying to ruin me. You know, I wouldn't do these podcasts to document the crime and the threats and the harassment. Nobody invited you to Oklahoma. I came here to get away from you and to be with my family. Here it is Christmas and I'm not with my family. So I'm pissed. Everybody's pissed at you and David and Calvin and Lucius and your little, you know, creepy Chucky club. Everybody hates y'all. Just absolutely hates you. So we can get information like that and nobody will tell you guys anything. And you're not going to name names and get me to go, oh yeah, that's him. Oh yeah, that's the leak. Oh yeah, it's that. I'm not told who the leaks are. I don't care. You know what? I'm glad to have the information. How they get that, what they get from a leak or a court order, I don't care. I'm not told that. I don't want to know that. I don't give a fuck. You know what? Here's the thing. I never said, you name the person and I'll say yes or no. What I said is, don't contact me. I do not like that. Don't contact me. I fucking don't like it. You creep me out. You're a weirdo. And you're a mental slow, and I'm sick and tired of having to deal with it. I'm sick and tired of it. I went to great lengths to pack up everything I had, take my child to another town, start all over. Then we had to do it again because you just, you know, you're a stalker. Wherever I go, there you are. Your attention isn't wanted. I don't want to hear from you. I don't give two fucks what you think, and no one understands why you think I would. Nobody understands that. It's like this guy. Right here, he's telling her about her clothes.
That's okay.
Okay, she says 6 times, leave me the fuck alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Sound familiar? He starts talking about her clothes. Guess what, Neil? No one gives a fuck what you think. You weren't asked. Nobody asked you. Why the hell do you think anyone cares what you think? No one understands why the hell you think that. And the same thing for Charles Perry. It's like, when did I tell you I told you I will never help you. Because these guys are gonna arrest you guys. And when you're gone, I will never be broke again. I'm sleeping in my car and you took everything I have. I have no clothes. I had to start all over buying clothes and makeup and a toothbrush and all the things people have and take for granted. And you know that adds up. It's expensive to replace everything it's just gone. It's just fucking gone. The heirlooms can't be replaced. It can't be replaced. You did something horrible to me. And we got more names of people inside your criminal organization that are helping you because of it. We got Geppetto's name. We got Lucius's name. Sanjay's name. Not long after that, our guys got mad. Boy, they started digging. They were pissed. Everybody was pissed that you did that to me. And that I'm sleeping in my car. Everybody's pissed that 7 contracts now you've interfered with and you did it on purpose. You intended to cause an injury. You talked about it first. I emailed Mr. Miller and Mr. Wishcamper. Then we have a record of it. They have the record of it. I have a record of it. On this date, at this time, Charles Perry planned this crime against me, and then he did it. And somebody commented on that today. She's got too many of these emails beforehand that she found out beforehand. And then Mr. Perry, here's the real kicker. He knows she knows and he'll do it anyway. And the guy was like, what in the world? Yeah. What in the hell? The fuck? Son of a... Wow. You're kidding me. Nope. She knows, she finds out beforehand. There's a shit ton of that. And then, he knows she knows and he'll still do it. And the guy was baffled. Absolutely baffled. You are kidding me. He goes, what in the world? And the guy goes, exactly. My thoughts exactly. What in the world? I mean, nobody knows who the fuck is that retarded, severely, mentally retarded, our shrink says. Not even trying to prove me wrong. Because he can't. Because he cannot do it. Because when you have an email that came from a recording of you telling people, I intend to cause an injury to Cynthia in the state of Oklahoma where she lives, and this is specifically what I'm going to do in great detail. I'm not saying the fake stuff, he's going to hurt me. What I've said is, said he's going to starve me until I lie. He's going to take my money. When I try to make money, he's going to make sure I don't make money. So what he used to do when I was dancing is rent out the whole strip club, run off all the paid customers, send his 5 guys in with the canned food. I'm going to take your steak and here's canned food. And those guys have said more than once, she's going to learn not to bite the hand that feeds her. Wow, I can feed myself. You're stealing my money. And for that, my guys are going to charge you with witness tampering. The act is grand larceny with intent to coerce. And interference with contracts and commerce with intent to coerce. And assault for every day I don't have food and shelter. Because you told people, I want her to hurt. We're going to use the carrot and the stick approach with her. I want to cause bodily injury to her, to force her against her will to say or do something she does not want to. That is illegal. It's a RICO violation, dumbass. You got felony after felony after felony. And I've told you, our guys are not making a deal. See ya at trial. See ya at trial. The more we get, the more you do to me, the more we get. Because it pisses off. It makes everybody screaming angry. Every time I lose even an eyelash because of you. 1 penny of my money, 1 minute of my time. You cause 1 problem for me, 1 drama. Every day I don't have a place to live. Every day I have to miss a meal. I don't eat all day, or 2 or 3 days. Every time you make me take a fucking cold shower, you do 1 little fucking thing to me, we get more. Everybody gets pissed off, and we get more. The more we get, it'll be easier to get a conviction, and the more restitution you're going to have to pay. You heard of restitution? Look it up. Look it up. So, you got attorney. You don't have attorney-client privilege, though, because your attorneys have become part of the crime. So, that ended a long time ago. I think we've quoted them a time or two, or you talking to them. I don't know. But you plan something, you discuss it in your little meeting. We get it, I type it, I hear it. I hear the recording of it. There's 40 cops that hear it. There's 12 reporters that hear it. Some of them are not in the U.S. And then I type it up in an email and send it to my attorney. And then we've got a record of it. That's the but-for legal standard here. Apply the reasonable, prudent individual standard, and I assert all constitutional rights. People laugh at me. They're like, she doesn't even need to do that. Anyone can see. There's too many of these emails that she has beforehand, the guy said. And here's the kicker. He knows she has it. He knows she already knows, and she's got a record of it. That he planned it, that he threatened it. And guess what? He'll still do it. And the guy was baffled. You are kidding? What in the world? Right? What in the fucking world? Never have I had to repeat myself this much, and you still don't get it. In my life, I'm working in a strip club with some people who didn't finish high school. Never did I have to repeat myself. I said it one time. One time only. Never once did I have to repeat myself about anything. And of course my professional career in lobbying, government reform, medical, when I'm working with nurses, doctors, surgeons, and home health care nurses. I'm working with hospital nurses. I'm working with, congressmen, senator. Never did I have to say it twice. Not one time. And yet, for you guys, we say it over and over and over. The more loss you cause to me, it's different. than your other victims. I found out I was trafficked before you trafficked me. I found out you told everybody I'm going to starve her until she lies. Every time you tried to take my car. Tonight, they got David. And he's talking about taking my car, and the guy goes, you cannot have her car wrecked again. You cannot do that. It's already so many times. You can't do it. Everyone knows you're going at her car. People are starting to notice something's up here because you do it so much. You can't explain this away anymore. Somebody said that a long time ago. If only he wouldn't do everything she says, because he's given her something there. And it's getting to where I can't lie for him anymore. I can't do it. She says it, and then he does it. Then she'll say something else, and then he'll do that. And then she'll say something else, and then he'll do that. Like, what is wrong with him? It's like there's a disconnect in his head. And certainly he can't think like everybody else can think. Everyone else is going, wow, that looks fishy. That's mean. Why is he doing that to her? We hear that more than anything. Why in the hell is he doing that to her? Why in the hell is he doing that to her? Your actions, you came up here and told everybody this was about a romance, even though you've got a wife in Lubbock, Jacqueline, that you promised to love her forever. And you've lied to her. And you've spent a whole lot of time up here in a pretend life, because I won't have anything to do with you. I've not seen you since 2013. I don't want to see you. I've moved twice not to see you. So you helped yourself to my stuff coming up here and to get and butt into family relationships. Every holiday, my cousin always used to call me and see if I was okay. And, my cousin used to always, on the holidays, happy whatever, Thanksgiving, Mother's Day, whatever it was. All of a sudden, I haven't heard anything from him, and somebody noticed something was wrong with that. All of a sudden, her family cut her off. Why? Why did they do that? The last they talked was last Christmas. They invited her out. She didn't have the money to go. She said, I can't make it. They said, sure, come out anytime, whatever. And they haven't spoken since. Why is that? What did he do? That's the first thing people go, what did Charles do? What is happening, though, is that people have noticed this man isn't acting like he cares or loves her, cares about her or loves her. What he's acting like is he's trying to traffic her. He's doing everything a guy does who's trying to traffic someone. And not one thing they do if it's about a romance. The romance, there's supposedly some ridiculous wedding he planned. Didn't ask me anything about it. I don't know how the hell he thought he was going to get me to participate in such a thing. It's a fraud. What happens is, when a guy wants to traffic a woman, what these men do, and by the way, I'm the only victim that has all this information, and there's a reason for that, is they start tearing down their whole life, eroding relationships, ruining their work, ruining their finances, so there's really nothing left. There's just nothing. They're easier to traffic that way, right? You take everything I have and everybody I care about, so that I'm digging out of a dumpster and all of a sudden you look like the better option. You're that pathetic. You're that repulsive and pathetic. You can't figure out how to get women to like you. These men that buy women can't figure out how to get women to like them. Can't get a date the normal way. They're pathetic. They're losers. Because most men can walk in a bar or go out, and join our time or something and meet somebody, and they don't have to buy anybody. So for them to have to do that speaks, they're low. Very, very low. Something's wrong with them, or they wouldn't have to stoop to that. Something's very wrong with a man that has to stoop to purchasing a woman to get a fucking date. In this day and age, come on. There's so many options to find a date. That is, I don't even have words for how pathetic you people are that have to do that. So, that have to buy a woman who's being trafficked. Golly. So, they have, they did start, making it where it's very, very difficult for me to make money. They're doing it now. I'm sleeping in my car. Mr. Perry threatened forever to get me kicked out of my home and take everything I have. And he did. He carried out the threat. Same as he did with the McNamara email. It's all still coercion, though. It's all still coercion. So, But when they do it to me, they get caught beforehand, not after. And people are starting to go that. There's so many of these emails that she's got here that they're very detailed, they're very specific. It's not vague threats. It's very specifically, here's what I'm intending to do. It's a criminal act, and I know that. It's going to cause her an injury, and I know that. I'm going to do it anyway. Even though she already knows I talked about it and told everybody that would listen. This is what I'm going to do. And he did it anyway. And everybody's like, oh my God, what the fuck? How does she put one foot in front of the other? How does she, you know, she's got a 3.9 GPA until he messed with that, you know, made it where she couldn't even turn assignments in, jamming up her computer. Now it's 3.64. It actually just went up. I've been on the dean's list for 3 years straight. And people started noticing all of a sudden when my grades went down, what did he do to her? Traumatized every day, for one thing. But that didn't do it. Mostly what happened is Mr. Perry jammed my computer up and I couldn't even get anything turned in. It's not that I turned in something and it was wrong, because I'm so traumatized and everything. I couldn't turn it in at all. But during all this, 3 years straight, Dean's List, 3.9 GPA. It shocked the hell out of a whole lot of people. How the hell does she even put one foot in front of the other, much less do that? So, you know, Mr. Perry, you're bad-mouthing me, and your slander and your smear campaign and all that stuff in a lot of circles, circles that matter to me. Not, I mean, I don't care what you guys think. There's certain people that they're involved with these guys helping me that I care what they think, because they're like me. They think like I think. They're all against y'all and what you're doing. The horror. Most people are. Most people are horrified and disturbed by you and David and Calvin and Lucius in your creepy Chucky club that just go around hurting people. Most people cannot imagine what would possess somebody to do that. And that's, like I said, we hear it all the time. Why is he doing that to her? Why in the fuck is he putting her through that? I'm concerned about the abuse here. It's severe psychological abuse, and I'm very concerned about it. Very concerned about her. So we can get information, and you can't. And what I said to you is, don't fucking contact me. I don't like it. I didn't say, throw out some names at me and I'll tell you if that's a leak or not. I said, don't fucking contact me. In all the years you've asked me, I've never said yes or no. I said, don't fucking contact me, you fucktard. Listen, I hate repeating myself. I mean, I hate it. I don't understand somebody that has to have the same thing said over and over and you still don't get it. I don't have the patience. I'm not a special ed teacher. I'm not a nurse. I did sales of medical stuff. The nurses did the nurse shit. I have zero patience for you. And you're stupid. I don't have patience for it. At first, when I went to college, I wanted to get a psychology degree to read juries. Not to help, deal with somebody like you, cuckoo bird shit. I don't have the patience for it. Some people are very gifted, certainly Dr. Russell, and I'm not. I'm not at all. I'm going to use it to sting up. That's what my psychology classes were for. I'm going to learn how to read people so I can tell the information that I'm putting out there, what's going on in this person's head when I put this out there. Are they going to respond like I want them, like I think they will if they're guilty? Are they going to respond like I think they will if they're involved in this? If I say X, Y, Z, will they say, if I think, then I think they'll say, A, B, C to me because I think they're involved. If they're not involved, they'll say D, E, F. If they are involved, they'll say A, B, C. So I'm going to throw X, Y, Z out there and let's see what happens. And then I do, and then they do. That's why I wanted a psychology degree. I did change it, though, to criminal justice. So, but I took enough psychology classes that did help a little. But some of it is just you have a knack for it, you can do it or you can't. It's like a talent God gave me, I guess. It's something that I can just do, and I can fucking do it like you breathe. I do it without even thinking. I do it without even trying. I just know how to talk to people, and I can say, I know what to say at any given time to get exactly what I want. Everybody knows it. Everybody told you that. You got to really be careful when you talk to her, because she'll get you to say things you did not mean to say. You can't let something slip with her. She'll catch it. Little tiny slip. You breathe in the wrong place, I'll catch it. You breathe at the wrong place, I'll know. And then I'll go from there. And I've done it 6 years in a strip club, not one slip up. So I can think circles around you. So for me to have to repeat myself when I've never had to do that before in my life. Never have I had to repeat myself. I've worked with so many people, doing so many different things. And you little fucktard are getting on my last nerve with this. Having to say the same thing to you over and over and over. I don't like you. No one does. We can get information and you can't because you're horrifying everybody and disturbing people with the attack on me and Mike Neely. The longer I'm broke and the longer he's in jail, the more we get. So tonight we get David arguing about my car again and again and again and again. You guys got Alzheimer's or something. You repeat yourselves too. And the guy goes, you really can't wreck her car again. You can't do it. There's too many of these car wrecks that you're causing. She's not hitting somebody, they're hitting her. You think people don't know that's you? There's no such thing as coincidence, David. There's not. $25 million is a hell of a lot of money to pay for a cover-up you didn't get. Right, cuckoo bird? Or do you even fucking understand what I just said? You always act like you don't know what I just said. Just like this guy. She said, leave me alone. At that point, he should have left. Left her alone. Been a gentleman. Had some class and some dignity. What's he do? He starts talking about her clothes. No one asked you, Neil. No one gives a fuck what you think. You aren't asked. So, shut up and leave her alone. See, it's getting on this person's nerves right here, too. It gets on everybody's nerves when you have to say the same fucking thing over and over. And then instead of responding appropriately to what was just said, he starts talking about something. No one asked you what you fucking think. Mr. Perry, I don't care what you fucking think. I never ask you that. I'm not going to help you. No one wants to help you. Everybody wants for you to be gone. And I've said it over and over and over. The longer you are in my life, the longer my privacy is invaded, the longer I'm broke, the longer Mike Neely is in jail, the more we get. So we get David tonight talking about wrecking my car again. You had that coming. You asked for it. You do every day. We quote you guys every day. You act like you don't know what we're going to do with that or what we've already done with that. It's easier to get a conviction. And a hell of a lot of prostitution, too, by the way.
Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh my god. It's too damn early for this shit. Leave me alone.
How do you dress like this? What are you a prostitute? I'm serious.
Sir, please leave.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh my god. It's too damn early for this shit. Leave me alone.
How do you dress like this? What are you a prostitute? I'm serious.
Sir, please leave.
Stepdad's been raping you since
Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting.
He said it's disgusting. See, other men who are chivalrous, normal men, who can get an actual real love life and a real date, treat women right. You don't treat a woman right, you're not going to have one. You're surrounded by deviant men, and that is the best you can do. You will never be anything better than that, than just some creepy little weirdo, pathetic, little rejected failure. You know why? Because you're stuck in weirdo land. You don't listen to what people say. I said, I don't like you. Leave me the fuck alone. That means you grow a pair and move on. Everybody gets rejected. Everybody else moves on. You find somebody that likes you. Then you got a real love life. I don't like you. So you know that. You know you're repulsive. You know you're disgusting. Because if somebody thinks in their head, if I take everything away from this person and everyone they love till they're down to a dumpster, digging out of a dumpster to eat, and then I'll be the better choice. They clearly know that they're disgusting to everybody. You disturb everybody. You piss everybody off. And listen, I don't care what you think. Did not ask you. Listen, you've got to get it through your head, Mr. Perry. I'm really tired of repeating myself. No one asked you what you think. Everybody's sick of hearing it. Everybody wants you to shut up and go away. We can get information and you cannot because of it. Everybody's sick and tired of your cruelty. You run around like you're a victim, and there are people that would love to hit you. Just beat the fuck out of you for that. You're not a victim. What is illegal is stalking, peeping, hacking, taking money that doesn't belong to you, and coercing. Felonies all. The reason those are criminal acts is because our society is civilized, and we decided we don't tolerate that. In a civilized society, you do that, you go to jail. You're about to be there. We can't wait. Finally, the nightmare's over. Finally. The bad man is gone. Finally. We're very nearly there. You seem like you want that. You continue to go at me, you get caught. You go at me, you get caught. Nothing else has happened in 13 years but that. Your crime has never been this uncovered in your life. And you keep going at me and you get caught. And you go at me and you get caught. And I'm like, I've told you over and over and over and over and over. Write it down. Write it the fuck down. When you go at me, you're gonna get caught. The longer I'm broke, the more they get. The longer Mike Neely's in jail, the more they get. Everybody fucking hates you for putting us through hell. Hates you. Seething hatred. We have no problems getting information because of it, and you can't get shit. Nobody will tell you anything. And yeah, our prosecutor said no deals. I guess somebody was talking about that tonight too. No fucking deals. See you at trial. And somebody said, and I'm not going to confirm or deny this. He said, I guarantee you one of them's made a deal already, probably a long time ago. And that's probably one of your leaks, probably your main leak. I don't know. I don't have anything to do with that. I deal with the stuff that comes at me. Because we got enough just of what you've done to me. So what Perry does, to recap real quick, we've got a witness that said this. We've got evidence of this. He's proving out shrinks, recordings, witnesses. It's so easy, it's not even fair. Literally. And he continues to think I care what he thinks. And I'm like, wow, I did not ask you. And I am not going to help you with a name of, is it this guy? Is it that guy? Is it Dickie? Is it Richard? Is it Z? Is it your family? Is it kids? Did I say, throw some names up there and I'll say yes or no? I did not. I never said that. What I said is, don't contact me. I do not like it. The more you contact me, the more you invade my privacy, the more problems and drama you cause, the more suffering and struggling I have to do just to make it, just to eat, the more we get. The more we get, the easier it will be to get a conviction and a whole lot of restitution. And I've said that over and over and over and over, and never in my life have I had to repeat myself like I have had to with you people. We say it, then we show you. We start quoting everything you said. I got names. You guys don't have one name of any of our guys. Not one. 6 years in a strip club, not one slip up. We got Calvin, and we know he's bald and fat. And very cruel. He's very hated as well. We know Lucius's name. We've got Beverly's name. We've got Monique's name. We've got Muffin Man. We've got, Ruben. Y'all thought Ruben was a leak. We've got James. You were talking about maybe James you thought was a leak. Dickie you thought was a leak. We got Richard. I met Richard, so that one's a little different, but there's like 10 names of people involved in your crime. Blankenship and Desiree. Right? Or they had input. Shouldn't have, but they did. Should not have, but they did. So, you know, we're like at a loss here. We've said it over and over and over. I say it one time, and if you can't keep up with me and you don't know what the hell I just said, then get a nurse or a special ed teacher. I have no patience for that. None. I worked with the elected officials, Mr. Perry. You know that. I helped you get elected. Fucking one time, bitch, is all you need to... You gotta say it for them. You're not keeping up. You're not. You're not keeping up with everybody else. Just average intelligence. You're certainly not keeping up with high intelligence. Not even getting close. It's embarrassing. I don't know. I mean, it is fucking embarrassing. Everybody else thinks you're a disgust. So, because of that, people are horrified and disturbed at what you people are doing to me. We can get information and you can't. None of your other victims knew about that they had cameras. Your guy said that. We've never had one of our victims figure out we had cameras in their house. We never had one sue us or invoice us and solve a murder that we committed to cover all that up. And I've solved 2 at least that you know of. 2 of them, haven't I? Not just 1. 2 of them. And there's a whole lot more than that. What about Todd Reno? Did anybody look into that one? Was it really suicide or did you murder him? He was about to go on a date with Jordan. Jordan, Charles's daughter, saw her dad almost kiss me in a room full of people. She was so mean to me after that, and I can't blame her. I would be too. What the fuck was he doing? What the hell was he doing? So after that, I'm talking to Todd Reno about doing a fundraiser for CASA. He was on the board of CASA. CASA is some kind of organization that takes kids into court, like a child's advocate in court, when there's abuse and they're removed from the home. So he really wanted to do the fundraiser, and all of a sudden just cut me off. Well, that's what Mr. Perry does. He makes sure these women do not make money. They're easier to traffic if they're broke. And puts hidden cameras in our homes. He trolls women. Tells his wife he's on the road with business. He's trolling women. He'll find divorced women with kids, puts cameras in their homes, and begins to broadcast us on the dark web and sells watch time. Then gets us fired. He's a sex sadist. He likes causing trouble. He likes it. You can tell. He can't miss it. That's all he does all day long. And gets them fired. Makes sure they can't find another job. Then they lose the house. Then he has the ex take the kids away. And now they got nothing. And when they start calling family for help, he starts causing conflict in the family too. So he erodes them down to where there's down to nothing. And they're a lot. Then see all these men are watching him on the internet, and they're basically shopping, window shopping, for which bitch they want to buy. So then he traffics them. He's not making the money he's making being a little small time accountant in little bitty Lubbock. So where's he getting $25 million? Where'd he get that? That's the amount of money you can't hide where you spent that. $25 million? You can't. You can't hide where you spent that amount of money. It's actually more than that now, isn't it? But it didn't buy you a cover-up. Your crime's not been this uncovered. It changed. Everything changed when you did it to me. Mr. Perry, again, no one cares what you think. You were not asked. No one asked you what you... Why in the fuck do you think I care what you think? Why do you think that? Like, no one understands why you think I care what you think. Didn't ask you, did I, Neil? What I said is, do not contact me. I do not like it. When you contact me, we get more. Because I don't like it. I don't like you. No one does. We can get information because you horrify and disturb everybody with what you're doing to me and these other women. Mike and Lucky were talking about the Epstein crime right before the murder, just hours before the murder. Epstein had cameras in his own home, And it pissed his friends off. They were pissed when they found out about it. What a creepy fucking thing to do. That's all over the documentaries. His friends found out he had cameras in his own house, which you can do that. And his friends got mad about it. Mr. Perry, I said, I don't care what you think. Didn't ask you, did I? Act like you understand what I just said. Because you're acting like right now, like you have no fucking idea. So, but when you put cameras in a woman's home, you violate, it's a felony, Mr. Perry. It's a serious, sick felony. Then, on top of that, he's exploiting us on the dark web. I'm the one that caught it, but I have help. 40 cops helping me. So, everything's different when you do it to me. And this bitch is so stupid, just keeps doing it more and more every day. And then we get more and more. We're like, oh my god, it's so easy, it's not even fair. What's my restitution gonna fucking look like? Wow, I mean, Mike's too. Act like you fucking understand me, you stupid son of a bitch. How, you're not qualified to be dog catcher. You can't process thought. You don't know what it means that we have all this, do you? Not a fucking clue. I'm out of words.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want to pray for this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. You need to leave her alone. And this is bacon.
You don't have the right to fuck. You don't have the right to shit. Nothing. I do not care what you think. Everybody's sick of hearing what you think. You need to shut up. Your cruelty is making people sick at their stomach. So we can get information like Lucius's name, and Calvin's name, and Geppetto's name, your witch, you hired a witch. We heard that he told you, this seances and crap that you want me to do only works on people who have not decided yet where they're at on the whole religion thing, God and religion and all that. So what it's going to do to her, because she has, is it's just going to piss her off. It's not going to do what you want it to do. That only works on people who haven't made up their mind. This girl's made up her mind, and then some. So all you're going to do with that is piss her off. But I'll take your money. If you want to, if you're that dumb, I'll just take it, and I'll laugh all the way to the bank. It doesn't work on me. It does piss me off. You haven't gotten a date out of this for 13 years. Not one fucking date. I'm not in love with you. You make my skin crawl. You're fucking creepy. You're stupid. And you're weirdo. And you're pathetic. And I have zero tolerance for all of that. You're stupid. You're pathetic. And you're a fucking weirdo. You're creeping me out. You're just a pathetic little peeping Tom. You can't get a real love life, so you sit around like a fucking retarded monkey watching TV, pretending. Anybody can do that, sir. It's a felony, by the way. It is the most vulgar, obscene kind of, intrusion to invade my privacy the way that you do. You're a burden and an imposition and a cancer everybody wants gone, so we can get information and no one will tell you anything. Nothing. And you can't understand what the hell that even means, do you? Not a fucking clue. It goes right over your head. And I have to say it over and over. We say it, then we show you. We say it, then we show you. You're pissing everybody off with this. Normal people do not like what you're doing to me. Or Mike. Normal people do not like it. It isn't tolerated in a civilized society. You go to jail. Doesn't matter who all you bought. You didn't buy my guys. They're still going at it. They just got David. David, you really... I know you want to take her car because she's a threat to your crime and you don't like that. We all get it, David. You made your point. Long time ago. You only have to say it once for us. But you're caught going at my car, intending to coerce me to do something against my will. I didn't come up here to pick a fight with you, bitch. I've said that. You're picking one with me. Every time you cause an injury to me, you pick to the fight, and you don't even fucking know what you're fighting with, do you? You're not smart enough to get that information before you jumped right in. None of you are. We don't even know what to say. I mean, it's so easy, it's not even fair. Really, literally. Charles, everybody's sick and tired of hearing what you think. Shut the hell up. Everybody's sick and tired of hearing what you think. We can get information like that, and nothing. You can't. You got nothing. Not one name. Let's rattle them off again. Geppetto, Lucius, Bald Fat Calvin, Blankenship, Desiree, Sonjay, Monique, Beverly, Muffin Man, Ruben, James. Ruben and James you thought were leaks, right? Right? Z. Who the fuck is Z? I've not heard his name come up in one single recording, but you're asking me, is Z a leak? I don't know who Z is. I have no idea. I'm not told who the leaks are, Charles. I don't care. I don't fucking care. They handle all that. All I do is type up whatever thing they play for me. Sometimes it's a live feed. Sometimes I'm typing it up as you guys say it, and you know that. When you bother me, you get caught. We say it, then we show you. You're not going to get a date with me. You're fucked up. I don't do fucked up. You don't fit into my sandbox. You don't fit in with my crowd. You're fucking creepy, and you're an asshole, and you're cruel. And you're a weirdo, and you're stupid. And I don't like any of that. You're a fat turnoff. And I've said that over and over. And no one cares what you think. Everybody's sick and tired of hearing about what you think. Everybody's very, very worried about Mike and I. I'm concerned about the psychological abuse he's imposing upon her. Against her will. That was said yesterday. People are talking. They're not happy with what they've seen. There's too many of these things that she gets beforehand. You can't even lie about this stuff anymore. You can't. There's too many of them. We got names of people involved right in there with you. Helping you. And you have not one name of our guys. 6 years in a strip club, not one slip up. I got David to admit to arsenic poisoning in a fucking text. And then tell me let my life fade away. Right? I can't promise the stalking will end without death and destruction. The funny thing is, in my text to him, I said, I want the stalking to end without deception, death, and destruction. He blows right over the deception part and goes right to the death and destruction. I can't promise the stalking will end without death and destruction. Again, we're talking about subconscious mind will say exactly what you're thinking. And boy, he did. Didn't give a fuck about the deception. He's threatening me with death and destruction. I'm a threat to your crime, David. You made your point. We got it the first time you said it. You're desperate to see me leave the state of Oklahoma. You're gonna starve me out of it, right? You're gonna ruin my car, get me eaten out of a dumpster. So the only option then Charles looks like the better option, the better choice. You're being trafficked, sold to some bitch in Houston that can't get a date the normal way. Some pathetic. I mean, come on. It's different when you do it to me, but it's the same every time you do it. We say it, then we show you. We gotta repeat the same thing for you bitches. You're stupid. We gotta say it over and over and over and over and over. And you're still not clicking for you. The way you're reacting, we can tell, it just isn't clicking. It's so easy, it's not even fair. Because the more we get, the easier it'll be to get a conviction. At some point, our prosecutor said we have so much here that we don't need to make a deal. We did back when had they stopped it here, then there might have been some deals. But now, not one. I don't need one. Especially for the Princess Cuckoo Bird. We don't need one. See you at trial. What day are they going to arrest you? And it's nightmares finally over. Everybody's so looking forward to that. You have no idea. Everybody wants you bitches gone. You're causing people to be horrified and deeply disturbed by what you're doing. It's awful. Your cruelty is awful. Your rape is vulgar and obscene. You don't have my permission to invade my privacy. Get out of it. You owe me $1,000 a day for watching me in the privacy of my home. You got entertained and you made a profit off of my body without my consent. And $2,000 a day for doing it without my consent. You owe the money. You owe the money. You sit around and y'all bullshit yourselves every day and think she'll change her mind if this or she'll change her. And you get all shocked and dismayed every day when I get up and say the same fucking thing. Repeating. I hate repeating myself. I mean, I've never had to do that. Never in my life have I had to do that. I don't even understand it. No one does. No one fucking understands why we gotta say the same thing for you. Over and over and over. One time should be enough. And if you can't get it the first time I say it, again, you don't fit into my sandbox. Not even a little bit. Everybody's sick of this. So fucking sick of this. Everybody fucking hates you, Charles, David, Kelvin, Lucius. Your cruelty makes people turn against you and hate your guts. They want for you to be gone. The threat's gone. The stress is gone. The anxiety's gone. You guys are all drama. Drama. Nobody likes drama. The drama's gone. The threats, the harassment, gone. The hardships, the struggling, the suffering, gone with you when you're gone. So we can get information and you can't. We say it, then we show you. I have names, you have not one. Talked about getting my car again, and you were told you cannot wreck her car again. There's too many of it. There's too many already. There's too many of these emails where she finds out beforehand, not after. And stupid Charles does it anyway, and the guy's like, what in the world? Hey guys, right? Yeah, he does it anyway. She said it's so easy, it's not fair. That's probably why she said that. Stupid, dumb as a rock. Dumb as a fucking rock. Everybody can outthink you in their sleep. Everybody can. Everybody can think circles around you in their sleep. You're like this guy. Just talking and you don't even fucking make sense to everybody else. It's like, what? What he says to her when she's talking about stay the fuck away from my family. Stay the fuck away from my family. So Charles, he thought he was going to be bait. So in order to tear someone's life down, you got to be able to get information. So they forged a marriage license and a power of attorney. I've never even seen it. Lucky asked me about it. Did you sign a marriage license and a power of attorney for Charles Berry? Well, why, Lucky, would I fucking do that? Yeah, I thought this looked like a forgery to me. No, not gonna happen. Never would. I've never seen it. I want to see your copy. Watch him shit himself when you show me your copy. So, he did that in order to get information to tear my life down to make me easier to traffic. In order to get my family support, he made it sound like, oh, we're in love and we're going to get married and blah, 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 and plan a wedding, blah, 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 right? And I don't know how the hell you thought you were going to get me to participate in that, because everybody knows if you get anywhere near me, I'll beat the fuck out of you. You better have a football helmet on and a nut cup, because your balls will end up in your brain. I promise you. You will not touch me. You will not touch me. I'm not going to wait to see if you have a syringe or a chloroform rag or some weapon and you're going to try to kill me or subdue me and kidnap me. I'm not waiting. I'll take your ass down. My guys told me that a long time ago. If he gets anywhere near you, don't wait to see if he's got a weapon, because we're listening to him talk to a hitman about using a syringe. Fake up a medical emergency. Tell Cynthia, the victim, that she, ask her to help. Tell her the victim she helped has a virus and she needs a shot or she'll die too. She'll get the virus. And he goes, what do I do if she won't take the shot? And Perry says, you make sure she takes the shot. You tell her she'll die if she doesn't take the shot. I heard the recording of you. After that, they go, he gets anywhere near you, don't wait. He won't have a gun. He'll have a syringe or something. Something like that. Take his ass down and call the cops. You don't let him touch you. Take him down and call the cops. Don't let him touch you. He'll kill you dead. Don't give it time. Don't wait and see what he's got. He's talking to a hitman right now. And I heard the recording of it. How do you know the hitman didn't record you? What hitman next to you talk to might record you? Yeah, everybody fucking hates you. Everybody. So, this guy here, if you listen to him, she's like trying to make a point here. Do you like having a camera up your face, up your ass, getting pictures taken of you wherever you go? Because I don't, nor does my family. You did it to me, then I leave town, now you're doing it to my family. You think that's cute? We didn't think it was cute. And he's like, oh, pictures, I got pictures of you. I'm a stalker. I got pictures of you. And everywhere you go, where you live. You know, I live in Oklahoma. Mr. Perry's up here getting pictures of me taken everywhere I go to prove he's not stalking me in Oklahoma. Hillbilly cover-up is what that is. He's a fucking country bumpkin. We have all kinds of words we use on that one. So, this guy says the same thing, and his response, if you listen to it, doesn't even make sense. It's like, what the fuck? What the, got wires aren't disconnected or something. I mean, this is bizarre. Listen to this.
Make you feel? You're filming my father and my fucking sister. How does this make you
Is that
feel?
the one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
Scratches?
You want,
I got
I
scratches.
can show you the picture right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're
I don't
gonna
give a fuck. You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're
You
gonna
can bring
Is
the
that a
whole fucking
threat?
army. I don't give a fuck.
This make you feel? You're
Stupid. Right? Like, what in the fuck is that? Didn't even make sense. And Mr. Perry never does either. Never makes any sense. You can tell by his reactions and his responses, he has no fucking idea what you just said. It's just not clicking. We're just like, oh my god, it's so easy, it's not fair. I mean, it really is. Alright, so we got this one. This is where the guy's like, she has all of the, they committed, there's a lot of perjury here. Right out of the gate, they committed perjury when they had her false arrested. When they all went into court and lied. Straight up, bold-faced lied. Or Mr. Perry's delusional and doesn't know what the hell is real and what he imagined. And can't identify his legislative duties or what state he legislates in. We're not sure. We'll let the shrink figure that out. And a false police report can only be determined false after an investigation. You poisoned me. You then a week later, by physical force, prevented and delayed me from providing the evidence of that to Tulsa police. The crime happened in Tulsa, not Lubbock. You're trying to kill me where I live, stalker. So they haul me back to Lubbock in handcuffs for filing a false police report, and I'm telling my attorney, I'm like, nobody investigated shit. Nobody. And Charles Perry's a nobody politician. I'm sorry, but I grew up in this, and I lobbied, and I worked in Lubbock. He's the new guy. I didn't need him for anything. I didn't do Texas legislation. I didn't do it. I did federal. I didn't do shit. If I called him for something, it is out of courtesy. He wasn't my representative either. John Frullo was. He was a state assemblyman when I helped him get elected, and when I lived here, then I moved. Then he ran for Senate. Well, after I moved, he doesn't matter to me. Does some state assemblyman in Iowa matter to you? Nope. Nor does a state senator in Iowa. Nobody in Iowa matters to you. You don't live there. What they do doesn't govern you. Not in the least. So what the fuck difference does it make to me what some little podunk nobody senator or state assemblyman who just got elected does in the smallest district in the state of Texas? Nothing. Not one fucking thing. If I needed help, I could call anybody. Lots and lots of people I could call. I didn't fucking need Mr. Perry for shit. So there is no vendetta. All my communications was about his stalking. he can't identify his legislative duties. And those guys in Manford said that. How many, you know how many times I've pulled up behind a house of a woman who is not my wife and watched her in her backyard, or had my secretary spy on her in a restaurant, or personally gone to the restaurant to spy on her? Never, because it's weirdo and not what you do to pass a law in Texas. Not what you do to pass a law in Texas. So where's the blood test? Well, see, here's the thing. Had I not been poisoned, Mr. Perry would have made sure I got a blood test from Tulsa police, and then Tulsa police say, we tested her, nothing in her blood, nothing. Then he would have had a big old drama queen press conference and go, everybody feels sorry for Macy. She filed a false police report. We had her tested. There's no arsenic in her blood at all. But that's not what he did. He made sure I never got tested. And I sat illegally incarcerated, like kidnapped, for 2 months for doing what he knew I had to do by law. File a police report to get a protective order. If someone's threatening you with death and false arrest, you need one. You fucking need one. So that's what this guy's commenting on. Right out of the gate, they committed perjury. Right out of the gate. There's a lot of it. Then they had a whole bunch of ex parte hearings where she's not there. That's a little weird. Why would she didn't have a law degree. You said she doesn't have any evidence. What's the harm in letting her in court to show evidence she doesn't have? And argue against 5 seasoned attorneys. She's not been a law school at one day. Not one day. I don't know. Scared of something. I put them on the stand. You think I can't do a sting op kind of thing? You know, how do I say this? If I can do a sting op for 6 years in a strip club and get his guys texting me shit like, yeah, I gave you arsenic, and maybe it's Mickey James, you know, maybe it's worth the risk to kill you. Even if it means that he'd have to live with the speculation we see with Gary Condit and Chandra Levy. Maybe it's worth it to him. Yeah, that's what Mickey James texted me. And you know, Pintos, he'll pay you $5,000 to sleep with him. Be creeped out by him. And I'm like, what? No. Yeah, I don't think so. You could ruin him politically. And I said, I don't give a shit about his politics. I really don't. Everybody, you know, thinks he's some important guy. And I know better. He's not. He comes up here and lies. He has his entourage, I heard. Comes up here with his entourage, just pretends he's important. That's why they couldn't get him to leave. People in Oklahoma didn't know any better. He can't get away with that in Lubbock. Everybody in Lubbock knows he's a nothing. He comes up here, tells everybody, oh, I'm an important senator from Texas. And has an entourage, and everybody believes him. And, you know how I know that? Because everybody in Manford commented on it. He comes up here with his entourage. He's a senator, and I'm like, wait a minute. He's an important senator. And I go, who told you that? He told us that. He told you that. He told you that. Here's the thing. He's not. He's in the smallest district, one of the smallest districts in one state, Texas. Texas and Oklahoma have nothing to do with each other. I mean, Texas law doesn't affect Oklahoma law. I mean, there's a lot of similarities. But I did move to Oklahoma. So if I was some kind of flaming crazy liberal, don't you think I'd have moved to like Michigan or Minnesota or California or New York? I didn't. I came to Oklahoma to be with my family. Politics aside, I haven't registered to vote or voted since 2012 to get away from Mr. Perry. To get away from him. I left. He's pathetic. He's weirdo. And he's stupid. So I left. Right? You're just a job. I keep saying that. It's not clicking for him, that either. You're just a job. You're just a job. That's it. And, anyway. So, that's what the guy says. He's like, there's too many of these emails she's saying before. And this Fabian puzzle, nobody knows how she got that in jail. She didn't say anything about it until she got home. So nobody really knows how she got it. I mean, how'd they get that to her? It's very specific to her. Fabian is not my boyfriend. Fabian is a would-be boyfriend. Had Mr. Perry not threatened him. We have a recording of him talking to Fabian. Fabian said, you're trying to force her to do something she doesn't want to do. She wants me. And you said, I'm going to find a way to put her back in jail, and she won't get out this time unless she's with me. You need to give up. And the girl at Lady Godiva's that pulled me in the bathroom and said, what did Joe get me into? I don't even have a high school diploma. My family was on drugs. I had to drop out of school to work so we could eat. So I didn't get to finish school. But even I know this is not about a date. All those guys were in here telling us that we have to make you like Charles. That's not my job. That's his job. And he doesn't seem like a likable guy. He seems pretty weirdo to me. Something's wrong here. He's acting like a guy that wants to traffic, not date. She didn't say those words. She said, this isn't about a date. What's going on here? What did Joe get me into? I just came here to go to work. I don't know what the hell this is. But I'll tell you one thing. They told us we're not allowed to talk to you about Fabian. That guy's fighting for you. And I've never seen a bunch of old, wealthy farts shit themselves like those guys do when Fabian's name comes up. It's unbelievable. I don't even know. I mean, it's unbelievable. So what's going on here? I need to know. What did Joe get me into? Because I just came here to work. And all this, these guys all walk in and tell us we have to make you like Charles, and if you don't change your mind, to find a way to put you in jail. What the hell is that? And I was like, I can't talk to you about it. I'll have someone get in touch. And they did. They got in touch with her. And you don't know who else all they talked to that night. That they were in Lady Godiva's talking to her. She was deeply disturbed by what she heard you say you wanted done to me. And she said, this isn't about a date. I've been on a date. Guy Snapchats me and says, here's, let's go hang out. And I'm like, okay, sure. And we go hang out. That's a date. That's not what he's doing. He wants you in jail. What in the fuck is going on here? I mean, anybody can see. You act like a man who's trafficking, not a man who's trying to get a date. And everybody fucking hates you for lying and lying and lying and lying. Now I also have heard a couple times a conversation about Instagram. I've never had an Instagram account. I don't have one now. Never have had one. They wouldn't even tell me really what that's about. But you have some sort of Instagram account set up. Listen, it's not my account. Nobody's authorized to fraudulently, what is it called? Identity theft. You don't get to use my identity to set up accounts like that. So if you have something like that, you better get it off the internet, right? Especially before I see it. I don't have an account with Instagram, never have. I did have an account with Snapchat briefly during COVID to communicate with some of my coworkers as to what in the fuck we were all going to do. But it was only during COVID, and as soon as COVID was over, I got off it. I don't use it anymore. Haven't used it since COVID. The COVID shut down. So, I don't, there starts to be too much drama on that kind of stuff, and I'm not on my Facebook very much. I tweet a little, but not much. When there's drama, you're not going to see me around much. So all of those kind of social media deals, I'm not on it a lot because I don't like the drama. And there's always drama with it. Snapchat, I get on, we're talking about COVID crap, and here comes the drama. I get off. I'm like, I'm done. Once there's drama, I'm fucking done with it. I'm fucking finished with it. I don't want to deal with it. So, whatever Instagram thing you have, we got that too. By the way, because when you contact me and I've asked you not to, we get more. The longer I'm broke, the more we get. The longer Mike's in jail, the more we get. The more problems and drama and hardship and struggling and bullshit you cause, the more we get. It's been that way for 7 years every day. Not once or twice. Not for a day or a week or a month. Every day for 7 years, we quote you, bitches, trying to do something to me. Every day. David's tonight. Tonight has to be told, you can't wreck our car again, David. It's too much. Too much already. And 12 reporters watch all the stuff, David. We got to get her back to Texas so we can do more to her. March. You were recorded in March saying that. Okay? I don't know how many different ways we can say the same thing for you to get it. This is the puzzle he's talking about. Fabian was my manager at Jaguars. His name is intersecting with the word hope. I got that in jail. So the guy was asking, how'd she get that? I don't know. She didn't talk about it much until she got home. It's not like she made a big to-do about it and in jail. When she got home is when she talked about it. So, there's this. Mr. Perry, I'm home. You did not win my heart. Fabian did. You're not interested in that. You're interested in trafficking me, and we get it. No one believes your bullshit anymore. No one believes it anymore. Everybody's pretty upset with you that you lied. No one believes a word you say. When you lie and lie and lie and lie and lie, pretty soon, no one wants to hear it anymore. I mean, everybody, if you only understood how much everybody fucking hates you people, and fucking hates, they don't want to hear from you anymore. We're sick of the lies. We're sick of his bullshit. We're sick of him. We're worried about Cynthia and Mike and nothing else. If he knew what was good for him, he'd shut up and go away. Literally. Sick and tired of hearing from you. Everybody is. Everybody, but, I mean, you might have a couple of guys on your payroll that kiss your ass. The best they can do is be the bitch of a sex weirdo. Most people can't stand it when you talk. Can't stand it. I can't. I don't want to hear from you. I don't care what you think. I asked you to not contact me. People do not like what you're doing. People don't like it. People don't like suffering. They don't like drama. They don't like hardships. Watch the news. I've explained that and explained it and explained it again and again and again and again and again and again and again. These are the texts that I sent to Fabian after we talked to David. David and I talked about Fabian. I texted Fabian and I told him what we said, what happened. And I end up in jail a few months after that, and I get this puzzle. And that's what the guy said. How did she get that puzzle in jail? We don't know. No one knows. She didn't say much about it till she got home. So I think that the time that we would have been able to look into it was when she was in jail. But no, she didn't tell anybody until she got home. So no one knows how she got it. Because that, you think, would lead to my guys, right? Probably. This is the McNamara email. He's going to false arrest me to coerce. He's tried again and again and again and again and again and again and again to do it over and over, and he gets caught. And then he gets caught again. And then it's different when you do it to me, but it's the same every time you do it. You get caught before. Because I sent that in October. You did the false arrest in January of 2016. This was sent October 29, 2015. Mike was drugged, I said. Mike was drugged. He didn't kill anybody. He was drugged. He was unconscious. Somebody slipped him a Mickey. Remember, I got slipped arsenic or some such. We'll never know now. I didn't get a blood test. I Googled symptoms, and the symptom came back arsenic. I'm asking David, did you give me arsenic? He said, yes, we did. So, but I can't know that for sure because no one ever fucking tested me. Mr. Perry made sure there was no test because he knew they were giving me some shit like that. Arsenic or whatever. That's why my guy says, if he gets near you, take his ass down and call the cops. Don't let him touch you. Don't wait and see what he's got on him. This guy likes poison, syringes, slip him a Mickey, switch up Justice Scalia's pills, medicine maybe. Yeah, you did something there too. That one's being looked into also. I think Justice Scalia was killed, not natural causes. Here it is, right here. Did you give me arsenic and phenobarbital? Yes. Where's the let your life fade away? Those are really something. They said that in those guys in Manfred said that too. You know how many times I've told a woman who is not my wife, let your life fade away? Never, because it's weirdo. Death and destruction. He's slipping me something. This was months before the actual, when I finally just flat out straight up said, are you giving me arsenic? This one came after all those over here where I said something about him slipping me a Mickey. If I remember right, the text David said, oh, I stand there and watch him make my drink. Not one time did he stand there and watch him make his drink. He'd have Margot go get him his drink. And never once did I see him standing there watching them. Not even one time. That's a Fabian. Not one time. Not one fucking time. You gonna kidnap me or kill me tonight? Yeah, see? I mean, I'm asking the questions. He also, in these same texts, I said, don't grab my crotch. David had a problem with grabbing crotches. Everybody complained about it. The guy can't fucking behave. And, well, I'm not going to stop. That's called sexual battery, by the way. Even in a strip club, it's illegal. Look, I don't want a scandal. I just want him to leave me the fuck alone. That was in 2014. You know, This on the 4th of January, before I'd even filed the police report. It's a false arrest, and killing me is not going to mean he's not a stalker. It's going to mean he is. What's he doing up here? This way. Look at the difference between what I said and what he said. Doesn't even speak to deception, just death and destruction. You're like a cancer. You got pus and ooze coming out. It stinks. Everybody's grossed out at it. And you kill everything. Everything in your path. And you can't eradicate, you can't stop yourself any more than cancer can. You can't control yourself at all. None. It's embarrassing, Mr. Perry. I don't care what you think. No one does. You weren't asked. I'm having to repeat myself again. Everybody's getting tired of that. Write it down. Write it the fuck down. You know, she got Alzheimer's. You need a nurse, dude. Badly. Just fucking get a nurse. Or a special ed teacher or something, so that we don't have to repeat ourselves over and over. I've never in my life had to do that. Or explain a metaphor, analogy, snark, sarcasm, and here I am, I have to explain. When I said this, it's just to make a point. It's not to be taken literally. It's just an analogy. It's just a metaphor. Never have I had to do that. But I'm used to being around smart people. I'm not used to being around guys who have an IQ of ice. So here's Tulsa Police calls me on the 15th, asking for what? Oh, evidence. They wanted the evidence so that they could make a determination on my police report that I filed just on the 21st of January. They gave it to the offender, who then obstructed justice with the false arrest on the 29th, just a week later. You know, Lucky was killed just a week after my police report on vandalism. I don't know who did it. No one saw, but it might be stalking related. Watch Connecting the Dots by the Stalking Resource Center. Right? It's always linked it's like fucking link every. Want to get our car. We got to get a car. We got to get a car. And tonight, again, get her car. I need her to leave the state. She's stepping all over my crime, and I don't like that. And we know. And you made your point, David. We'll get you a tissue, okay? Why don't you leave me alone? Because when you go at me, we get more. Can you not understand the correlation here? When you do it, to me, it's different, but it's the same every time you do it. You get caught. You get told on. I have help. I have big help. I have help that can get me that. And names. And that. Alright, so. No, I don't think there's going to be a deal for anyone. I think he's past that point. I think he had that option in consideration. Had you given it back and gotten out. But you didn't. You didn't want to do that. So it's like, okay, fine. We'll see a trial. We'll just get more. Because you're making everybody so very angry at you. People do not like what you're doing. They don't like it. I don't want to hear from you, Charles. I do not like it when you contact me. I didn't ask you what you think. I don't care. And we all want you to shut up and go away. Shut up and go away. No one asked you what you think, Neil. No one cares. We're all tired of hearing what Charles Perry thinks. You don't even make sense. Just shut up and go away, please. Or they'll do it for you. And you won't like how they do it any more than you liked how they got me that, or tonight. You can't wreck our car again, David. Or Sanjay's name, or Blankenship's name, or any of those other names, right? Get out of my phone. He just did that. I didn't do that. Hacking is a felony. Get out of my phone. Peeping is a felony. Get out of my face. Get out of my house. Get out of my life. Get out of my car. Get out of everything. Go away. Stop bothering everybody. Get a life, boring. Get a life. Everybody's sick of this. Everybody's sick of you. So we got more tonight. We do every day. Ask Sanjay. Ask Calvin. Calvin's bald and fat. Right? I have all that, and you have no idea what it means that I have that, do you? You can tell. No fucking idea what it means that I have that. That we found out Mike was drugged before anybody else said it, and Gene Mitchell was going to change his story for court from what he said to the media before, months before. But I found out in October he didn't go to court until March. And everybody's going, how'd she know about that? How'd she know? He had a chance to ask me in the deposition. He didn't ask me. He's wanting to know now. Now he wants to know. 40 cops investigating Charles Perry. That's how. And he doesn't have any fucking idea what that means. I'll say it, and it's going to go right over his head, and it won't click. He'll have no fucking idea what I just said. Not a clue. It's the same every day. And he'll try to talk to me, and we got all that. What day are they going to arrest you? And all that stuff from his criminal bullshit. And he'll type in my phone, Merry Christmas. I'm like, oh my God. What in the fuck? What in the fuck? I'm here. Oh my God, wow. But I don't want you here. I do not want you here. And I do not want you in my phone. And I do not want you to contact me. I don't. Go the fuck away. Get the fuck away from me. And it's like, what in the hell? What in the fucking hell? Just like Neil. Leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me. Why do your clothes look like that? You dress like a prostitute. Did she ask you what you think? No one cares what you think. You don't even make sense. So, here we are again, repeating the same thing again on December 12, 2022, that I've said for years every time I do a podcast. I don't repeat myself. I've never in my life had to repeat myself, even for people in a strip club, some of whom did not graduate high school. Didn't have to say it twice. Didn't have to say it twice for any elected official I worked with, any of their staffers, any doctor, any nurse, only you. Only you can't keep up. It's very irritating to have to deal with that. I don't like it. No one does. You're horrifying people and disturbing people with your psychological abuse, and it is abuse. Just because I'm been trained to handle it doesn't make it not abuse. It is absolutely abuse. It's absolutely a very sick, fucked up thing to do to somebody. You're very hated, and so we can get what you just said, and no one will tell you a thing. Now, write that down, because I've said it over and over and over and over for years. And it's very irritating. It's just not clicking for you. Everybody's fucking irritated with that. Leave everybody alone. Leave everybody the fuck alone. Then there won't be anything else to get. But the longer you're in my life, the more you contact me, the more loss and problems and drama you cause for me, the more I'm struggling, the more I'm suffering, the more Mike's suffering, the longer I'm broke, the longer he's in jail, the more we get. And it will be that way until your arrest. And the more we get, the easier it will be to get your conviction and a hell of a lot more restitution. So you do what you do, whack job. I don't like hearing from you. I don't care what you think. Everybody's sick of hearing what you think. Everybody's worried about me and Mike, not you. We matter, you do not matter. We'd like very much for you to shut the fuck up and go away. Alright? That's it. I did that. This is I bought charcoal to absorb the arsenic, or whatever the fuck they were giving me, so that I could just go to work, without ending up dead. And my son have to ID my body before he even gets to graduate high school. I think you need to fix what you broke, give back what you took, and get the fuck out. If nothing else, at least get the fuck out of my life. Please. Leave me alone.